Hey there, good afternoon. I have been informed by a friend of mine who watches these videos from time to time. I won't say her name, but it rhymes with Stacy Massar, that sometimes these videos are a little too serious. So I'm going to try to bring a little levity to this video. The fact of the matter is unfortunately they're serious because I'm often talking about serious things, the health of your business, family issues, criminal issues related to liberty, issues related to property, how to protect grandma and grandpa's estate from vultures, from people with bad intentions, how to protect yourself from people with bad intentions. And that being said, I'm going to try to bring a little more lightness to this post anyway. No promises in the future, Stacy Massar. The 2018 Rockwall Bench Bar Conference, which I'm going to give a shameless plug for. It's $100. It's at the Hilton Bella Harbor on April 20th of 2018. Starts around 9:30 in the morning and is 5.5 hours of continuing education with 3 hours of ethics. You're not going to get a better deal. The theme of that Bench Bar Conference is professionalism, leadership, civility, ethics, and leading with civility and ethics. And I thought it would be funny to talk to all of you about what are some examples of incivility. So I have a good friend down in Austin, Clark Richards, and he laughs when he gets what he calls his hate mail. It's the opposite of fan mail. It's grumpy letters from opposing counsel on cases that come in at 4:57 on Friday afternoon. And he takes those in stride. He's got a very great attitude about it. He kind of was a good mentor about how to deal with that kind of stress, because those kinds of things can be disruptive to your weekend. You're about to leave for the weekend. You're packing your office up, taking whatever work you're taking home with you, and then here comes this letter that disrupts your entire plan for your mental white space over Saturday and most of Sunday. And in addition to that, there's the other tactic of incivility, which is the motion to screw up your weekend, which is usually filed at 4:55, on a Friday afternoon, filed and served. That's the key, is to make sure that it gets across the fax before 5 o'clock, so it's served on a Friday, so that way if there needs to be a response to it, the clock starts ticking. If there needs to be something addressed, if the response is due in 3 days, is that response then due Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning? It's a tactic of incivility. I'm not going to say that I don't know a lot of attorneys who do that. I'm sure there are attorneys who have done that, and hence we have the nicknames for these tactics. And this isn't the only profession where incivility can creep in, because we live in a world where businesses are adversarial, but especially this profession where part of our job as attorneys is to help our clients find that line in the sand to where they're going to take a stand and say, we're not going past this point. So the thing to take away from that, though, is not to engage in that, in those actions of incivility, not to reciprocate the eye for an eye. And as we all know, what happens when you exchange an eye for an eye? Old proverbs tell us this, that we all end up blind and then later toothless. So it's not a sequence of events that you want to engage in. It's not a series of behaviors that's going to benefit you in any way. Certainly not, in my belief, in this profession. And there's many authors who've written about it. Mr. J. Foonberg, who wrote almost 30 years ago now one of the most important books on how to start and build your law practice. In fact, that's the title of the book. Articulated that. Don't engage in behavior that's just going to shorten your own lifespan by adding and compounding the stress you already have in your life. So anyway, these are my thoughts on some of certainly the two top greatest hits I've ever seen on being incivil in litigation. And not all civil litigation is civil, let me tell you that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope those of you who are considering coming to the bench bar or on the fence about the bench bar, The grass is greener on our side of the fence. Come to the bench bar.